Nimfa Pontillas. Nimfa Pontillas, she took the plunge. She took the 14-day Healy challenge to get a Healy and test that 14-day money-back guarantee. And today we're going to be diving into the HealAdvisor app, that HealAdvisor search module, that in the event that you are a new member to Healy after the 7th of July. So if you purchased your Healy on the 7th or after that of July, you'll actually be getting this Healy Search Advisor app as a gift after 14 days. So from the process of understanding how to go about purchasing it or why it makes sense to join that as a subscription for 1 month and then never pay for it again does not apply for you. You will be getting that as a gift moving forward for the HealAdvisor search module. So welcome, Nimfa Pontillas. Really excited to connect with you. We have been chatting about Healy probably for 8-9 months or so about Healy. And you finally said, yeah, I want to move forward with Healy. So you got a holistic health version of that last month. And so when you, just kind of curious, when you got the Healy, what was your first thought about it? Were you overwhelmed? Were you like, oh my gosh, is this thing, what were your first thoughts about it, the Healy, when you first took it out of the box and got it up and running?
Well, yeah, I was excited to try it out just because we have talked about it for so long, and I've always kind of been interested in, and I'm more of the type of person that likes to try holistic type of remedies versus automatic medications. So I felt like this was really in line with who I am and what I wanted to do as far as my health. Like, took it out of the box, I was kind of excited. I wanted it to work right away, but then I realized it had to be charged. And so I went through and charged it and, watched it for a couple hours. It wasn't getting fully charged. So then I just went to bed and the next morning I was off on and going on it. Just kind of played with all the different things a little bit, mostly in the gold area, the gold ones, pure, care, balance, and just played with those. And then I really wanted to get more specific on okay, so my arm's hurting right now, or my mom has a backache. What programs would I run for her? What other programs could I run? My mom also has diabetes and heart conditions. So looking at what programs to run for those things too. And kind of came to Trevor and said, hey, I want, my mom is having this problem. What can I run? And then shortly after, I see this Healy Advisor, which is basically kind of answering the questions for me at that point. So kind of just asking Trevor, tell me more about this Healy Advisor. So.
Well, absolutely. And Nympha, that is what we're going to be chatting about today, because there's so many individuals who get their Healy and go, oh my gosh, there's like hundreds of programs in so many different directions. It's a class 2 medical device for pain. And I see this thing here for sleep, or I see this thing here for digestion. And I know it's only supposed to harmonize your bioenergetic field here in the United States, and it is only cleared for pain as a class 2 medical device here in the United States. But as you said, gosh, there are so many other options there. And the question is, which options make the most sense for you and your family to run so that you have most harmonizing, optimal bioenergetic frequencies as possible? Because if you're in a place of, I like to say that optimization and optimal is here, and like a guitar, if it's out of alignment, like when you're tuning a guitar, it's not optimal, so it doesn't sound good. So it's not going to be a place of ease on your ear. So when that vibration resonates with your ear, it's at a place of dis-ease, right? And so once those things are in alignment, I mean, in other countries, you can say that the Healy can treat any disease and any illness. You can't say that here in the United States. It's only a Class 2 medical device for pain. So what's fun is getting curious and playing around with it, because if you connect with the pain of some ailment and that pain is no longer there and you're no longer putting your focus on that, if it's a digestion pain, well, could it improve I mean, this is from my life, that if the pain is not there, then I stop thinking about it, and it just generally naturally goes away. Like my body knows what it is that it's required to do, right? Because we came here with the infinite wisdom within each cells of how to heal, right? I'm not sitting here looking at my cut of where I burned myself on the toaster oven going, heal. It's like, take away the pain, put a bandage on it, and your body will figure it out. Once the pain is gone and you stop focusing on it, that, because generally people are like rubbing off the scars or the scabs and like, why aren't you healing? But every time they put focus on that, like with their gut or with their mind or anything like that, it has a potential where your energy goes, or where your focus goes, energy flows. And if you're putting your energy towards the resistance or when are you going to heal, then it will never be healed. It will always be on that process of it. So your body knows what it is to do. And that's why I love this as a pain device, only as a pain device, right? It only harmonizes your bioenergetic field. And by doing that, you take away that pain and the body does what the body does. So, which is a beautiful process. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually get into what the HealAdvisor search module does. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Nimfa, feel free to take notes or watch this video later on. It's a super, super duper simple process to utilize. So you've got your Pink Dot app. That's where you choose a specific program. You've got your HealAdvisor analysis. That's where it'll analyze your auras. It'll analyze your over 10 million frequencies to see which is going to be of your greatest benefit now. The HealAdvisor app is what we're going to go into. And it's pretty simple. So this is where you're going to find your subscriptions. So for animals, this is one of those things you'll go in. If you go and have a Healy resonance, you can put in plants or animals or buildings or groups or anything like that. Now, if you don't have a resonance, then there's a subscription where you can connect with your animals. They have a specific bundle that, like these electrodes, will not connect to your animals because they have hair. So there's specific electrodes that you can put there with fleas or sleep or anxiety. A lot of really cool programs specifically catered towards dogs and cats and horses specifically. But I've heard people like connecting with birds or other things like that. Bioenergetic vitalization. This is kind of Ponce de Leon, the fountain of youth, if you will, that focuses all on vitalization and vitality. And then the digital nutrition. So anybody who is a wellness practitioner or a nutritionist, this would be highly beneficial to look into to expand your offerings as a coach or a practitioner, because that individual who is, oh gosh, they're lacking this specific vitamin or mineral or phytonutrient, that maybe their body is literally in a place of dissonance when it comes to resonating with it. So it just kicks it out, and they're being in a place of pain because they're malnourished from not being able to resonate from vitamin whatever C or whatever that might be. So having the digital nutrition option is really wonderful as well. So those are the current subscriptions. Now, the HealAdvisor search module, the reason why you want to get this subscription right now, today, if you have purchased your Healy like yourself, Nimfa, before the 6th of July, why you'll want to purchase this is because if you don't purchase it before the end of the month, then this will always be on a subscription for you. And it's like $40 a month. But right now, if you opt into that subscription one time this month, you'll get it for a lifetime. So it's investing in it once will be $41. And then what happens is you have this ongoing, really it's a database so that you can search. Now, the first thing that you're going to do in the settings is you are going to choose your Healy edition. So this is all of the program pages or the categories that you have accessible to you. So since I have the resonance, I've selected all of them except the digital nutrition mixtures, the bioenergetic vitalization, and the animal programs. I don't currently have those subscriptions, so I'm not going to choose those. So it's not going to bring those up. So like yourself, whatever version of the Healy that you have, you're going to go in here and choose all of these options and then hit save. So then when you go through this search, and it says here, this content displayed by the HealAdvisor app does not constitute medical advice. All right, so this is only for your harmonization of bioenergetic field. This is not for anything. Your doc. This is not. This is not real, folks. This is not real. Don't pay attention to the person behind the curtain, right? All right. So here, what we're going to do next, Nimfa, is this morning. I was really fun. I was putting in sleep. Sleep. And I started typing in sleep, and all of these things came up: sleep systemic apnea, sleep disorder, sleep deprivation. I thought was really fun. So I went in here for sleep disorder, and here's all the things that came up of all the programs that are available for sleep. And what's super duper simple about this is that you hit either the plus or the minus to add them to the program list, your program cycle, if you will. And then what you do is you come over here, and here are all the programs that are available for you to run. So for myself, I'm on a protocol right now where I uploaded all of these. And here's, if you can guess, this is the bonus point. If you can guess what it is that I'm focusing on, then you get the prize for the day, right? And so for this, once I run that program, it's very simple. I hit this little, what is that? That circle with the 4 squares and the pencil in it, and it toggles back between delete and play. So what if you've already run that program, you can delete it off of your HealAdvisor app so that it's not suggesting it to you. But once you have that set up in place, so let's go back to the search module real quick, and let's go back to this, and you have to hit OK. You can't hit the X. What is something that you would like to search right now, Nimfa, for the HealAdvisor search module app?
Let's go with let's try to go with diabetes.
Okay. Diabetes. And here's DNA, dialysis support, diarrhea, diabetes, dialysis. Wow, a lot of interesting things right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to pull up and first application, digest all, clean all, pure, care, balance. Third application, circulation, spleen, liver. So these are all the things that it's going to come up: gallbladder, weight, fatty degradation, nerve meridians, hormones. And so it's very simple. It's hitting this plus, 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 right? And that'll be loaded up into your programs. And then, but that's not what we're going to do today, because I don't want to get in the middle of my programs that I'm running right now. But once we've loaded all of those up, we're going to choose the programs down at the bottom, and then we're going to hit go. Now, what's really cool about this, and I just got this so that I haven't actually started using this portion of it. You can put in there, how are you feeling today? So for me, you know, I'm feeling kind of good. I would say that there's room for improvement. It can get better and better and better. I'm feeling well rested, and less pain. I would say that probably in 2 today for 2 pain, and that's what I'll do. And I'll put confirm today's entry. And so that places me right there. So I've got a little bit of information, and then in this dashboard, what it will help you do is track your progress of where it is that you are, which is really, really fun. And now for the programs, so here we are. In the event that this is the program that I'm going to run, which this is the program that I'm going to run, I'm going to hit play. And what it's going to do immediately is it's going to switch over to the Pink Dot app, because this is where the individual microcurrents are sent from. is your pink dot, and this disconnected, so I might go back. And this is a fun thing with the Healy, is sometimes it connects and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to hit search for another Healy and then just go through this process, and I'll stop sharing my screen in a second when I take the this screenshot or whatever, the back of my Healy that has my serial number. But all you do is hit scan and it'll turn to the camera. I'm going to hit stop share for a quick second so you can see what that looks like, or I'll show you on this end. This is me. That's what I'm doing. All right, so it has that, and now it is connecting. All right, so it's connecting, it's firing up, taking all that information. Now when it connects, oh no, shoot, is my power going out? Yeah, I think we'll just stay in here, we're gonna wait. All right, so the very first thing you wanna do is go down to the settings, and right here it says turn off sound. Please turn that off, you're gonna not want that. And then enable notifications. So we want to deactivate notification, and then we want to turn off sound. So those are the two things. And also if you check for updates, that's going to be right there. And then we're going to hit the hamburger menu, and we're going to go back to here. But basically what we're going to do now that it is connected, we're going to hit that large intestine, because the idea is to show you exactly what it does, is it's going to spool over all that information, and we'll see how capable this is of doing this, and with live on Facebook and streaming and all this jazz. But what it does when my old phone is not being bogged down by a bunch of information, because this Healy programs, they're big boys. There's a lot of information flowing through here, which is really wonderful, is that, and I'm just going to shut that down, because sometimes that's what you get to do. You get to close the program, you get to turn your Healy off, and then you get to start over again. So this is the real. I'm going to start off from the beginning of this. And what's fun is that when I do this by myself, it works super smooth. When I do it live, then sometimes it takes a quick second to actually do this process. But you'll see here, hands-free, I'm not touching it. What happens is I hit the program, and now, boom, it'll pull it up. So no hands, mom. You hit that, it'll go over to the pink dot, it'll choose up the program that it is that you're looking forward to running. Then you will choose, you'll hit start. And then after that, then it will load up the program. You'll choose the intensity of it. Now, the idea of this is the Healy is not a TENS machine. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And if you're putting energy towards the zzz, 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 that's actually the resistance that it is that you're feeling. So you're not looking toward putting energy towards the resistance of whatever it is that is causing you pain. So you're not looking to feel anything actually with this. That's something that I hear with a lot of people. They're like, oh, I felt it sometimes, but I turned it up to 100% and I barely feel it. Or, sometimes I'll turn it up to 60% and it hurts or whatever. It's like, well, tone it down to lower. The idea is that you'll see here, it's got 61 Hertz and it's got 51 minutes to go, and it bounces down now to 16.9, but the intensity is too low. So it's not making a connection through your body, meaning there is resistance in your body. And so the idea is to reduce it so that it still creates connection, but you don't have a zingy or an itch. That's what I realized so many times. I'm like, oh, it's not painful. It's coming through as an itch. And that itch, like, oh, what is that itch underneath this electrode pad? But that's it. After this, it's set up at 30%. I watch it go back and forth. Usually for me, it's around 30 to 50% that I find that it will stay in connectivity. And then that's it. If I hit the hamburger menu at the top left, those 3 vertical or horizontal lines, it will close out the program. That's not what you want to do. If it goes to this screen, it is paused. It's not sending anything. So you touch your finger in the middle of the circle and it will start back up again. Oh, and you see, oop, it's not creating connection. So I'm gonna just turn it up a little bit to 35%, but know that in the event that it's black, so see what it did right there, it was at 266 hertz. It was black and then it went white. Well, guess what? It did. Individual micro frequencies came in, and then it aligned things so that that resistance dissolved. So you look at it, it's like, oh, let me turn it up. Maybe wait, see what it does. See if the okay, perfect. Oh, see, there it is. I didn't do anything. I didn't change it. There was a little bit of resistance there, and then the Healy did what it was meant to do. It realigned, so there's no longer that resistance, right? So that place of pain of like, why isn't this getting through? Now it's right on through. And so from here, if I want, I can hard close that app, right? And you'll see here that we'll just stop share. You'll see here that my program is still going, beep, 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 even though that that green light right here, even though that the Healy app is shut down, it's still flashing. Me and my phone now can walk away. We can walk away. We don't need to be connected to one another. I can go on a bike ride. I can go on a run. I can go downstairs and play with my kids. I can walk away with my phone. Since the green light is still flashing, those frequencies are still being administered. And when I open up that Healy, because it's not here, that the programs are not here now. And when I open up the Healy, it'll go directly back to where it was before. So, and it remembers, so it'll come back and connect. Now it might say need to reconnect with the Healy, but see, I've got a few different options. See this? It's still flashing. Let me see, which one were we doing? We were doing, was it large intestines? Yeah. So since I went back to the program page, it started over. But if I would have hit next, it would have been 4 minutes into the program or something like that. But you see, it's remembered where I was. So now we're at 33.3 hertz. We got resistance. Oh, it's going to do its best. It's going to stay there for a minute. Oh, see, no hands. It moved. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. So I'm going to shut this again. I'm going to open it up. And now I'm not going to go to the hamburger menu. I'm not going to go back to the programs. And we're going to show you exactly what that looks like. The blue light on your Healy, that means that that's the Bluetooth connection. So if the blue light is flashing, that means they're talking back and forth. And so when you get this screen, it's like, oops, lost the Bluetooth connection. We'll just connect to the Healy again. So we're going to go back into connect to that Healy again. It's going to go back into the large intestine, and I'm going to hit next. So it remembered where you were. It remembers everything. The only reason I'd want to go back into that is to change the intensity if it's too much. So if I feel that irritation. But that's it. You can toggle back and forth. You can go back here. And now once I'm running this program, I'm going to delete the large intestine off of my programs. And remember, when you're starting out, Nimfa, I know that it says, I mean, let's go back to diabetes. There were tons of programs that it was pulling up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 programs. One might be tempted to do all of those programs in one day. Please, for the love of yourself, do not do that. Please, 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 please. Why? Nimfa, have you ever gone on a cleanse before?
Yes.
What was that like? What kind of cleanse was it? What was that like when you went on that cleanse?
It was a 3-day cleanse, you know, just basically bottles of juice and liquid, you know, I think 6 bottles, 3 days,
Okay.
3 days.
How was your stomach? How was your head? How's your body?
I had to go to the restroom a lot because it was mostly liquid. It was really flushing me.
Mhm.
I guess that's part of the cleanse. If you're, you drink this stuff and it's supposed to clear you out. A little bit of lightheadedness just because I felt like, I wasn't getting enough food. Um, but, it was all right. It was okay.
Okay. Well, with this, in the event that there was 17 programs run in a day and you're new to it, imagine going from a standard American diet, processed fast food, whatever, and then going on a juice, like a raw juice, organic food cleanse, taking out all the toxic chemicals out of your home, like your deodorants and your shampoos and your cleansers or whatever, moisturizers, your toothpaste, your all of that. And so your body's no longer defending itself against the onslaught of the toxicity of the World War III that's going on in your body inside and out. Literally, that's what's happening with things that we choose to put ourselves around. And imagine okay, I'm going to say it, nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it. You went, no. Okay. So nails on a chalkboard, very high frequency, right? Ooh. Lower vibrational frequencies go, oh no, no. I will flush myself out. I will leave myself, right? Even talking, if we just had a seminar about, like, nobody would show up, and if people were there, they would leave if our seminar was about nails on a chalkboard. Just saying that over and over, it's like, nails on a chalkboard, right? And what happens is when our frequencies get aligned, those other frequencies, it's not possible for them to be there. So it's required for them to go. Now, the question is, where do those unpreferred frequencies of things that have caused us pain in the past, do you know where those things go in our bodies? Any idea? Ooh, where do they stick toxic chemicals like nuclear stuff? Do you know? They surround it in oil. They surround it. If you have magnesium, highly explosive, right? If you put that in water, boom, it'll blow. So they put it in oil, so it's not reactive to the air for the hydrogen or for the water molecules that are in the air, right? So they put it in oil. Guess what? Your body does the exact same thing with the toxins that come through its field and body that it is unable to process. So guess what? No longer is that toxicity coming to you. No longer are you, because you're doing the fast, right? You're doing a water fast or a cleanse or whatever. And now what happens is now your body is able to process, because your digestive system, oops, you've been hacked. Your digestive system is also a healing system. It's a regenerative system. And that's why I love intermittent fasting, is because when, all right, Nimfa, I don't know if didn't realize you're going to get all of this. Our bodies only digest about 10 to 20, maybe 30% of the food that we're eating. Think about that. The amount of calories that we consume out of 1,000 calories, our bodies may absorb and assimilate and utilize 20% of that. So 2,000, or out of 200 or 100 out of 1,000 calories, you have 200 calories that your body's actually utilizing for whatever it is. Now, let's say that your body had less toxins in it because you switched up your diet, you've done all that, now you're cleansing all this stuff out. Now what happens is it starts aligning with and healing your body. So your leaky gut, some other ailments go away, whatever. But what happens is now you're going to be required actually to consume less food in order to get the same amount of outcome proportionately. Because if you're able to increase your energy utilization and absorption from your food, if it's if it's something as simple as going from a 20 to 10 or 20 to a 30% utilization, you've literally increased your overall energy intake by 50%, right? And what's amazing by that, what's amazing is how those toxins in our bodies inhibit that process. So we're actually stuck in a place where we can eat tons of food, but we won't have the energy, and we'll consistently be stuck in that toxic cycle. And what are we going to do about it? Well, what I love about Healy is it goes in and it helps your body through these processes, because what your body's going to do when it starts having those higher frequencies come into it is those lower frequencies are going to find themselves out. And if you are experiencing that toxicity from the cleanse that you're going through from the lower vibrational arena and that you have created within your body, well, guess what? Those toxins are going to re-emerge out of your fat cells or out of your joints or wherever they might be that are causing that pain. And guess what? You're going to have a lot of toxins coming to you. So a lot of sleep, a lot of water, and also thinking about how the Healy can help. That's one of the things that I love. The pain of the cleanses can be reduced through this process. So if you feel like you're going through the flu, slow your roll. That's why they recommend 2 or 3 programs a day. That on the diabetes programs, there are 17 of them. So what is that? 6 days. That's a 6-day protocol. At least if you're doing 3 programs a day, doing 2, that's a 8 or 9 day protocol. So take it slow if you're feeling, especially with individuals who are, and this is where you get to consult a physician. From things that I've heard and things that I've read and things that I've watched, it is going low and slow, maybe a program a day. Depending on the search module, you can actually shift it from a high intensity to a low intensity output. So if somebody's getting connection at 10 or 15% on their Healy and they're still going, I can feel it. It feels like there's tingling. Go into your HealAdvisor app, and I'll do that right now so you can see where this is. So you go into your HealAdvisor app, and right here, and I'm not going to click it because it'll show you all of our serial numbers, but you hit Healy configuration. And what it will do is you can choose on each one of your Healys that you have. We have 4. So you can choose, is it high intensity or is it low intensity? So if you have somebody who is really sensitive to energy, or this is their new rodeo, they've never experienced it, you might want to consider putting it to a low frequency output versus a high frequency output, and then low and slow. And that's the thing, play around with it, Nimfa. Keep a journal. And that's a fun thing about this is you have a Healy. You are in, where are you? Costa, where do you live?
Los Alamitos, California.
Los Alamitos, that's right. So you're in Los Alamitos. And are there people down there who are confronting pain? Anybody in pain down there?
Yes. Yeah.
Like everybody, right? So you're down there in Southern California. So if anybody were to, I don't know, drive an hour or 2 to you, would you be willing to help them and just connect them for, half an hour or so to give them a shot to see if they could get out of pain, to see if this would work for them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Well, we'll go ahead and put your link of everything in the description, or it's already in the description, but in the comments. And if anybody would like to purchase Healy through you are also a distributor of Healy, so you have access to that. And if anybody here, I'll just go here real quick. There is a live event in your arena, very close to where you are, down in Huntington Beach. I'll just go ahead and show this. And it is on the, the 24th of July is where that is. And it's going to be at the Hyatt Regency and Huntington Beach Resort and Spa. So it's going to be on the 24th of July down in Los Angeles, California. So it would be highly beneficial for you to go. And if you'd like to go as well, connect with people there. Registration starts at 12, doors open at 1. So there's going to be a lot of speakers. There's going to be the CEO CSO, VP, Global Ambassadors, and you'll get to see all sorts of stuff there, all sorts of stuff. And when you are ready, this is Nimfa's sponsor name, so NTDN Pontillas, and you want to go ahead and hit that. Yeah, this is my refer. And when you go to get the Healy Search Analysis Advisor, or excuse me, the HealAdvisor search module, if you don't already have it yet, when you go to your shop, you'll want to make sure that you log in. You'll want to make sure that you log in, and then you'll scroll down here, either to HealAdvisor search. Actually, the easiest place is just go to the add app modules and scroll down here to the HealAdvisor search, hit order now. It'll lead you to this page. And once you're logged in, you'll be able to search which serial number is going to be for you. You'll hit add to cart and then go through the checkout process. And the one thing you want to make sure of is to call your bank, let them know that currently the processor is in Netherlands. Or Norway. Oh shoot. Well, call your bank, and when you're making the transaction, to make sure. Yeah, I'll be helping somebody out today, so I'll remember if it's Norway or the Netherlands, something like that. So that's it. Overall, Nimfa, how are you feeling, by the way, after having the Healy for a few days now?
I'm liking it. You know, when you said you start feeling a little tired sometimes, and I was feeling a little tired after some of the programs, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, is this weird, or should I be this tired? Why is it making me more sleepy in the middle of the day? And then so I try the energy, kicking the energy, and even the energy, I do actually get a boost of energy, but I also feel like my body is still like, I'm even though I have that boost, I'm still a little tired.
Yeah.
So for you to say that, yes, you know, it's your body is you know, your body likes to heal itself when it sleeps. So I think that's part of why I'm kind of tired. My body is trying to heal itself.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been kind of more tired than I thought I should be, but now it all kind of makes sense. And also I like the part where, you know, sometimes it goes black and I thought I was doing something wrong. Why is it always black? And it's and I'm like, am I doing something wrong? And I thought it was supposed to stay white the whole time. So that was a good point that I was like, really glad to hear that, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not doing something wrong, and that's kind of normal too. So
Totally.
yeah, so I'm going to continue to play, have fun with it. I just, so far it's been really kind of just interesting. My body's, like I said, my body's doing kind of weird, different things. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all kind of making sense.
Wonderful. Yeah. And
I'm excited to share it with my family. And like I said, my mom, she's, you know, she's getting up there in age. And so I want to help her get through some of her ailments as well. So,
well, we'd love to help Teresita and see how it is that she's benefit. I have so many clients in their 60s and 70s that are experiencing, from a pain perspective, we won't talk about all the other stuff. From a pain perspective, they feel years younger because they're able to move around without pain, and on the scale that it was, or having that area be eliminated. And actually going to be doing a live event in Grants Pass today, and all the individuals are in their 60s and 70s, because that's the network of the individual that I'll be doing the presentation for. And her words exactly are, you will not pry this thing out of my hands, because I feel better than I felt in the last 20 plus years. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how your family members feel, friends, and anybody else in your life. And if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to you, and any friends or family or any individuals in your network who has any questions that, well, gosh, are you a quantum physicist, Nimfa? Do you know the ins? Oh, like, okay. So in the event that there is not a question that you don't have, you know where to get the answers, you know where to get the access to answers, myself, or we can connect with others. So what's really fun is we can all be curious about this And if we focus on it from simply the perspective of the class 2 medical device that's been cleared by the FDA for pain, wow, what a transformative process that we have right there to help a significant amount of people not experience the immense amount of pain that they're in or alleviate it altogether. So I appreciate you. And again, if anybody is watching this, please utilize the link to join Nimfa's team. And in the event that you do join the team and get your own Healy, we'll show you how to get either a free upgrade in the first 30 days through the Soul Client Attraction System, or show you in the event that you get a Healy resonance. And I believe that this is a new compensation plan. I think this is still working. We'll just, if it's not, then oopsies, oops. But if you get a resonance or above within 30 days of 3 other individuals purchase a Healy, then you get a second Healy resonance. So there's a lot of opportunity there. And I'll just say that this is one of those things that you don't even have to sell. You give people the frequency aligning. I'm going to use my words correctly here. You help harmonize their bioenergetic field and help them either experience less pain, or, like you said, a little bit more energy, right? By taking the pain away of not having energy and give them that little boost, and they see it working, they feel it working, and then that's the proof in the pudding. And after the 14-day money back guarantee, then it pretty much, I've yet to have one person return it, because it's that telling of that it's working that well. So with that, Nimfa, really appreciate connecting, and yeah, hopefully we'll be chatting with some folks soon and having more testimonials on how to get out of pain. So I appreciate you, and definitely if you have any snags getting the HealAdvisor search module, then connect with your bank and definitely get it done before the end of the month, because after that it will be on an ongoing subscription at $41 per month. So appreciate that. And anything else you want to say, Nimfa? Or we're good to go?
I think we're good. I didn't know about this Healy Expo in Huntington. It's right down the street from me.
Nice.
So, I'm going to look into that and hopefully be able to attend. I got to check my schedule and everything, but that sounds exciting that they're going to actually be here. Be interesting to hear. So yeah, thank you so much, Trevor. Really appreciate you too as well.
Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, Nimfa, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for